Swanson announces new 3-course frozen dinners, the most complete frozen meal ever put in a single package. Complete from soup to dessert. It's the new Swanson.
Do you know how many time zones there are in the Soviet Union?
And about power. We got so much power now.
Do you know how many time zones there are in the Soviet Union?
Happy Saturday night. Welcome to Late Night in the Texas Outback, brought to you by Funny Pictures Comics. I'm Clay Sisk. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator and trying to become a YouTuber. Right now, my company, Funny Pictures Comics, has their first comic, Professor Herbert and Geo Adventures #1, on Indiegogo. And we're trying to get that funded right now. So right now I'd like to show you the trailer for the book. And here we go.
We will return after these messages.
Yeah, so I'm. Let's see how the campaign's going right now. Let's see. Take you over to the campaign site. There we go. There we go. We've got 3 backers right now at $111, but we have 26 days left, so I'm hoping that we'll get a lot more eyes on this. People that do look at it, I'm getting a lot of good feedback from it, and a lot of people are interested. Just need some more backers. So if you'd please consider backing the project, that would be great. I've got a lot of stories to tell with these guys, and got a lot of issues planned. It's just pure fun. Just pure fun from front to back. No politics. It's reminiscent of the old cartoony books like Gru, Ren and Stimpy, vintage Cartoon Network. If you like that kind of stuff, you'll love Professor Herbert and Geo Adventures. So tonight is movie night. Let's go back over here. And tonight we are watching the first 3 parts of my Motel anthology. Motel 1, 2, and 3. And my wingman, Robert Leha, will be in here in a few minutes. Of course, he's in basically every one of my movies. He starred in the first Motel, which we'll see tonight. Probably the best of the 3 tonight. Let's see when he's going to get in here. Let's see, earlier today I posted a video about let me get over there to it. I posted a video where I colored a page 8 of Professor Herbert and Geo Adventures. And if you want to take a look at that and see how the sausage is made, it's a good video for it. Let's see, let me get over there. Where are we at here? Let's see. Yeah, so if you want to watch me color an entire page for about a couple hours, it's a pretty good video. I think that's page 8 of the comic. So, if you get a chance, take a look at that. And like I said, we're going to watch some movies tonight. Let me get over there real quick. Hold on 1 second. Alright. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh, somebody's knocking at the door. Hang on a minute.
Long live the fighters!
Well, are they ever going to give you that map back?
Shit. Damn. Yeah. I can't take right now.
Okay, well, we're watching. It's a movie marathon night. We're watching the parts 1, 2, and 3 of the Motel anthology. So you star in the original Motel film. What do you remember about making that movie?
Moorhill? Is this a continuation from last week, right?
Kind of, yeah.
No. This was much, this was much easier. It was just us
Why?
and
Why do you
trying
think
to.
that?
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
limited. We only had our own egos to have to deal with,
Okay.
not everybody else's.
Yeah.
And you only had to convince me to do it. So
Would you
I'm
say
sure that
we
was
were at our
that was a chore.
our
I'm sure.
filmmaking, our movie making peak at this point?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, you can't really take everything else away. I mean, it's all learning. You
Yeah.
know, the difference is there was no hurdles to get over other than our own wanting to, get for us, which would be more professional people to, that were actually working, doing
Yeah.
things, and when you do that, you don't have all the BS to deal with so much. I mean, I'm sure you
Now,
still do, but I mean, it's not as juvenile, I should say, as and that's everybody, not just anybody we ever dealt with, but just even us ourselves.
yeah,
You deal with a higher profession.
yeah,
That means you have to up your game too, and cut out the bullshit, because you hire more professional people, and
who would that be?
they've got more, they've got stuff to do too. That you're not
Yeah.
their priority, So
So did we bring in more professional people this time?
I would say so. I mean,
Who are you? Who
more
are you
professional than us.
Who are you thinking about? Who are you?
I don't even know how. I don't even know what convinced. Oh, what was it you sent? What was her name? I don't forgot.
Kristen Sutton.
Kristen. That's what I thought it was going to be. Kristen. Yeah.
Kristen Sutton and Kevin Squires. I found them on. I forgot how I found them. On MySpace. Remember MySpace?
Yeah.
Way million years ago.
Yep.
And Kevin. Well, I'll wait till we get to the film to explain who's who. But do you remember how long it took to make it? From like beginning to end? I don't remember. Because it was 3 separate filming shoots. But I can't tell you how long it took. I think it was a couple of months, wasn't it?
I don't think it was very long because, like I said, we didn't have anything, there was nobody arguing about anything. It was just, Can you do this? Do you want to do this? All right. Be here, this place. Let's go.
Yeah.
And,
I think we paid them with just food.
I think I
Didn't
can't
we?
remember. I think so.
I know. Kevin. Well, the usual crew got nothing, but yeah, Kevin and Kristen. But we'll get more into that when people can actually see their faces. Yeah, we paid them with food, I think.
But I think the real pay, like for them, was the kind of the adventure and the doing something different than what they normally would do.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I know
think that was the thing I remember her saying is that when you sent her, I forget whatever the lap box, I guess maybe it was, and that's what made her at least think that we weren't just getting them down there for no reason,
Yeah.
Get them down there to murder them or something,
And I remember Kevin Squires,
ruin their reputation. I think that's even a bigger, higher, thing to be said.
Kevin Squires, who's the bald guy in the film, you'll see in a minute. His MySpace name was "I Always Play the Bad Guy."
Yeah.
And remember that he would always be cast as the bad guy because he was bald for some reason. So he came. He told me, he said, I was so grateful that you actually cast me in something else where I wasn't the bad guy.
Yeah,
but yeah, they were a couple at the time. I
really think it was, something different for them, both of them.
True, yeah.
Because I don't think her any of her background was what we had planned for her.
I don't remember what she was in before Motel. Do you? I cannot.
I'd have to go back and look, but I don't think it was anything in this vein of.
Yeah. I know she did some cartoon voiceover stuff, but I was trying to think about it like all afternoon, and I cannot think of anything she was in before. But that's me. I mean,
speaking to the
that was a long
difficulty,
time ago.
when you look at a lot of stuff that's done on a bare bones system, like Evil Dead, they only had, very little, people to do that with.
True.
And
that's when it's the best. I'm telling you.
Had to be creative, and matter of fact, I can't remember how long it was he took to film that. Wasn't it a couple of years? Because they filmed part of it, needed more money. They had to go back and like sell everything. And I think Raimi's dad gave him the last, he said, this is it, make it or don't make it, something like that. And then they were able to finish it. If I'm not mistaken, and
that is when it's best. I'm telling you, it's the hardest, but that's when it's the best.
The
best
so
results.
If you can ever keep, I always find that in some of the stuff that I find more enjoyable on movies is when you throw in the effects and all that stuff, it's great. You get you more eye candy and stuff, but some of the those best movies are those self-contained. You got 7 to 10 people max, or less. Like maybe 5 is more perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
And you can bang that sucker out, and you're get in, get out, and you have less arguments, less, people tend to be a little more, I would think, more of a team. Unless you just have those people that really just hate each other from the get-go, then you're going to have problems. But when people can get together and they don't have all these dynamics, the more people you have, the more likelihood you're going to have that dynamic that's going to be 2 people that are exactly the same, but they don't see it, and they just butt heads and cause problems the entire time. Each one saying it's their fault, or if we could just get rid of them, things would be better. And really just get rid of both of them and everything will be better. You just got to find 2 more people.
Yep. Now this was the first film that was not a Fawcett film. This was after the fallout of A Werewolf in Midland and then Box. And that, I guess Box was like the final Fawcett film. And this was kind of us like launching off on our own. And I think I had called you like at midnight one night, like I usually did, and was like, hey, I got this idea for a movie. As far as I can remember.
And on my side, it's like, dum, dum, dum.
Yeah. As usual, yeah. So yeah, this is this is probably one of the, as far as like the last 2 or 3 productions went, this was definitely one that was like it was like I imagined it.
Well, even Box was had less problems because we cut everything down.
True.
At that point, and of course the animosity from everybody else. I have no idea because of course nobody talks to anybody. When you're.
Where did Box premiere at? Didn't it premiere at the?
It's that film festival, wasn't it?
What was the film festival?
It was the Texas, whatever. Don't say the name because.
God.
You don't want to dox yourself, but it was.
I can barely remember that name.
It was
where that was.
It was a local film festival. Blah blah blah.
And for some reason, it was in black and white.
Yeah, it was there behind the museum and all.
Right
there somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't even know there was a hall there. I don't even know what the hell that was, but.
And that was an awkward night because I remember that there was, you and I were rooting for it, and then everybody else was rooting against it.
Something. Yeah.
That was my memory of it. It wasn't the same as the other premiere nights.
Like I said, nobody talked to anybody, so nobody really knows what anybody really felt, but you could feel like knives sticking in your back a little bit.
Do you remember?
Not really knives like you were being backstabbed, but more, you were probably the not you, but the situation was a topic of
Right.
talk amongst everybody that either was or was not involved.
How did that even get in that festival or whatever? I don't even remember this.
I think didn't you talk to somebody that was doing something was coming up, and it just happened to be serendipitous. That it happened all at kind of.
I have no absolute.
Because we weren't the only ones that had stuff there. I think it was there was some other things which they may have been borrowed from outside the town, the city, and stuff. So I don't think it was just.
I have no idea.
I don't know if it was just local stuff. It just happened to be.
Yeah.
They might have been showing like other. What do they call that? A cultural type, stuff from outside the area, And of course, if you have something here, then that's something you could put in there. But I can't. You'd have to go back and look at newspaper clippings to see, because I believe it was like because the newspaper was there and all that kind of.
Yeah, I probably should have done that before tonight, but I just cannot remember what the circumstances were around it.
But yeah, it was.
But it was not happy.
Well, it was. I was about to say it was one of those times where you sort of euphoric. Everything's happening at once, and you really don't know how to feel about anything, and there's no time to ask anybody or to mend any bridges, or it just one thing happening in front of another, making things worse. At least seemingly worse. Like I said, nobody really talked to anybody. It just kind of. I don't even remember from points to points what happened within the group. Like when I left the production of the werewolf thing, I don't remember what the hell happened in between there and box. I don't remember.
It was definitely werewolf.
Yeah, but I don't remember what happened when I killed me. As far as that I was done. I don't remember, and see that's why I say to me, I wonder how much, animosity I had built up, because, this was carrying over, not only from that, but from Vampire Brides, into this, into box, it was. That was at least some of the pressure that I was feeling.
I think definitely you leaving Werewolf was like where it just imploded. For me personally, I think that was kind of the end.
Well, you had I think you had stuff going on in the background that was even make. See, what I'm saying is there was no time, man. Everybody thinks that and this is why I give people this experience is invaluable, because you don't know or have reference to these types of things once you get older and you never experienced it.
Yeah.
To then give people a break that are in that realm of doing other things, because you see them doing whatever creative, but you don't see what's behind the scenes, what the traumas that they're going through.
People have no idea.
Family life, people dying, people, like I said,
you have no idea the pain
throughout at least two or three of these between Vampire Brides and box, or in
dozens of lives were changed.
A motel, my dad passed away, so it was always an underline for me.
Yeah, there was death and divorces, and
I didn't want to deal with, and I was having issues with my mother, trying to keep her from falling off the rail. So I never had time to deal with anything I was dealing with. I was just going, and the image of saying you're moving so fast, your feet are just almost not even touching the floor.
That's interesting, yeah.
And I was still working at night, doing all that, dealing with the stuff, the office BS up there. Looking back, I'm like, I don't know. It's a good thing I was younger, because I probably would. If it was me now, it would never have happened.
Oh no,
no.
I hear you. Yeah, that's interesting to get this perspective on it now.
And for anybody that might see this in the group, I have, all that stuff is for me is gone.
Yeah.
This is just, a reference point.
I wish everybody. We probably should have tried to get everybody in here. That would have been really interesting.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. I really don't recommend it.
Dang, seriously?
I don't recommend it.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, you never know where people are at.
That's true.
Last time, well, let's just say last time I talked to some people, it wasn't like, hey, friend, how's it going?
Damn.
How you feeling? Things are great? No, so.
Okay, yeah.
Damn. And you got to realize, too, it's been 15 years?
Yeah, see,
17, 18 years?
I have this problem of realizing how long it's been to me, because I kind of carry this stuff.
I've been thinking about, back, and it's like, that's been shit.
I just kind of carry this stuff with me a little bit, a microsecond every day, so I kind of don't realize
I think
the time sometimes.
You can say yay or nay, but I think you have a problem of, not a problem, but a creative blindfold, like maybe like horses with the side things on, and you get so close to your projects, you don't see that what's the peripheral,
Yeah.
And that's good because you can get the job done, but it's bad when you can't see the other thing, the bad things that are developing and coming up,
Well, you definitely need it to get the job done. That's for sure.
It probably wouldn't have got done if you didn't have that.
No.
So it's good and bad. It's,
Yeah, there's no way.
That's why now, like I said, I look at people, like George Lucas, and I hate what he did. I wish he'd done it different, but I can't put any hate on him because
not now.
We don't know what he went through during all that time of making those movies.
Nope.
We don't know if he even cares about the franchise, the characters or anything.
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, so I've got to the point where now, like I was telling somebody else earlier on another stream that I was watching, I have no loyalty to franchises or companies or people.
Me neither.
Who don't protect their properties and who don't care about their properties and will degrade or sell the product out and undercut their fans or their customers or whatever. And that's all we're seeing.
Yeah, that's what matters to me anymore. I don't. As soon as I get a sense of that, I'm out. Without a doubt.
So I don't. While I will, say my piece about Star Wars, Doctor Who, Battlestar Galactica, which I don't have a problem with that yet, but they're supposed to be coming out with a new reboot.
Oh, God.
That they've been talking about for a while now, and Babylon 5 is supposed to be coming out with a reboot that may be halted because of the Warner Brothers cutting everything.
That's probably a good thing.
And I follow Straczynski and some of the things he says is good, and sometimes I wonder. I'm like, I don't know if.
Yeah, but I just don't think there's any way Babylon 5 can be
a little woke. I don't know.
I just don't think there's any way Babylon 5 of all those can be anything like it was now. There's just no way.
Well, it's a story. It's a 5-year story arc, and they got lucky that they made it what they could. There should have been more of it, but they kept getting shoveled off to UPN, and which I don't think exists anymore. And
I just wish people would come up with some new stuff.
I forget what all they went off to, but then they ended up in sci-fi. But
yeah, I remember that show being on like 1,000 networks.
Yeah, and then at the very end, they kept shuffling around. You were like, you had to try to keep up with it, where the hell it was and what time it was going to be on, and now with everything being so, having to be so, Well, look at what they did, what they've done with She-Hulk and those Disney shows. Not the content, but the time scale. I mean, they're getting shorter and shorter. I mean, I think somebody said that some of those She-Hulk TV or shows were like 20 minutes,
Dang.
30 minutes. You know.
Wow.
They were like sitcom size.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's definitely like sitcom.
Actually,
size,
worse
sure.
than sitcom. I mean, usually sitcom you at least get probably like 28 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But you got to remember Disney doesn't have no commercials. So why is it so short? If it isn't for the attention span and the fact that they're trying not to spend too much money on it, I would assume.
It's probably both, I'm sure.
So it's telling about all those things, and I would love for there to be a new Babylon 5 with the new stuff, the new technologies and stuff that they can implement.
Yeah.
But just look at Marvel. It was great in the first year or two, and it's just been gutted. It's nobody, and the worst thing is that for the newbies, you can't blame them.
Mm-hmm.
There's other people I follow in other streams, and I've talked to them. I'm like, I don't hate you for loving the Marvel TV series. I said, but what you got to understand is that these are not the characters. These are bastardizations of beloved characters that they're ripping and switching origins, switching genders, switching. These things matter within the context of stories.
They had me in the beginning. I mean, they had me.
The fact that Danny Rand is white matters to the story. Not just because he's white and knows martial arts, that's an oxymoron of some sort or whatever. It's that, yes, he is the fish out of water. He went and he learned these things in I forget what the magical land is there, and then came back, and all these things matter. Like I said, if you want to create the character anew, then you just reboot the whole damn thing. Just tear everything apart.
I know.
Make it just say all new, whatever. No, they try to always have a little bit of something, and then they try to mutilate it on the other side, because they know they got to draw in the fans, the old fans, the original comic fans, and then they're going to give you the slip on the other side of it.
Yep. Yep.
So.
I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep doing what they're doing right now.
Well, they're getting funded by ESG, so they can do it for as long as ESG is giving them money. So they can continue whether they believe in these agendas or not. I guess in their mind, as far as business goes, I think it's like Ethan said, or I forget. No, I think it was Tim Pool said that they basically, if they look at one side and the other, they say, well, this side won't do anything if we do what they want. This side will riot if we don't do at least some of what they want. Which side are you going to choose? You're going to go with the side that riots, because, well, you can appease them a little bit and they won't blockade your product. They won't say bad things about your product.
I guess if you want to give power to 5% of the population, I guess.
Yeah, and these people over here are going to bitch and moan, but they're only going to do it on YouTube and Twitch. And if they do it on YouTube, we'll just censor them like they're doing now. I think Mr. H reviews yesterday got a strike. He put it on today against his Velma review of the trailer, which they've made her lesbian and something else, or I forget what the hell they've done there.
I subscribe to him, but I never get any notifications.
You might check the little bell. Yeah, he's good. He's fair. I don't agree with a bunch of the things that he says necessarily as far as how he sees it, but he's a good temperature gauge, because he does make movies. He does make movies. He has friends in the industry. He gets tips and stuff, and but he's also not a Star Wars fan. He's also not a I don't know if he's a Marvel fan. I don't think I think he likes certain things, but I don't think he's a super fan of either one of them.
Yeah.
I think the only thing he's a fan of that I know of, I think is probably Doctor Who. But I know
I thought he was like a
has
big
said,
fan of Aliens too.
yeah, Aliens, yeah, and but I know he has said that he's not a big Star Wars fan. So he has a friend that is a super fan, and he relies on him. He'll get his take on stuff, and he'll come back with the 3B2X engine on that X-wing. Blah, I'm like, yeah, I guess he is a super fan because I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Oh, God.
So in regards to the Andor bullshit. So, I'm not watching any of it. I don't care if they do say it's good. I ain't watching it because it all leads back to The Last Jedi. They never fixed that. They're not going to fix it. So I'm out.
The Last Jedi, Gina Carano. I'm not giving Disney Plus my money. I'm not.
Nope.
I'm just not giving them my money. So
anything that I can do to not buy, I would like to see the new Hellraiser, but that's they're 60 to 80% own Hulu, I think.
That's why I got rid of Hulu too.
But I think I might do it if for the get a free week or do the free week thing or something. I would. I hear it's fairly decent. That's
I like the classic Disney movies like Rocketeer and all the older movies that my dad used to watch and stuff. I like classic Disney, but I'm just not giving them my money. I just refuse to.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same company.
And I liked Mandalorian, and they had me up to that 3rd season, and then they fired her, and it was they're just you know what? Oh, you like playing with this ball? Well, we're going to take the ball away.
That's all it is.
And then they blew up his ship. Did you watch it?
After they, I don't remember. I watched up until.
Well, his ship became iconic, and it was I bought the little Hot Wheel.
When Luke makes his appearance, that was it.
Yeah, that was about that. Yeah, that's when I tapped out because that's when everything went to shit. They blew his ship up. It was like there was some kind of conscientious effort to say, "Oh, you like the ship? We're gonna blow it up." Like Gina Carano. She's fired.
that is the mentality of Lucasfilm.
I got tired of it.
That is the mentality of Lucasfilm because that in my opinion is why they hired Roundhead. What's his name? What was his name?
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, Roundhead.
It was the old subvert Ryan expectations Johnson. Thing.
And there is a video if you can still find it. I wish I had saved it, but it's out there. And it's a video of him. Somebody's interviewing him, and they're asking him what his greatest goal or greatest achievement would be as a filmmaker, and he outright comes out and says that his greatest thing would be to take a fandom, a franchise, and turn it on its ear, and make everything that every fan would want and flip it, and make
that's what he did.
Not that, and that's exactly what he did. It's exactly what Kennedy wanted. I can almost bet you, and she used him as a battering ram and said, "Oh, I didn't know."
No, you know before you give him the job.
All she wanted to do was to ruin Luke's character and his legendary image, and that was the guy to do it. That's why Mark Hamill looked like a POW from Vietnam. Whenever he was doing those promo bills, he looked like he was sniffing,
because
crap.
He was like, I'm under contract.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Trying to tell everybody in code that he called him Jake Skywalker.
And whenever I saw all of that, I knew that my worst fears had been, and I tried to keep a happy went in, hoping. And even when all the crap was happening, I kept thinking, well, maybe they'll just turn this around if they can just make him the hero in the end. And of course, this is before we knew more about what Kennedy was doing down the way.
Yeah.
That, and it's all evident there in that movie. In that movie is everything that she wanted to do with Star Wars, and everything thus far is just trying to get rid of the old fans, shake them off, and
Yep.
as time goes on, people like me will drop, and you will drop off, and we won't care about Star Wars.
That's what they want.
All they want is to get the new kids in
Yep.
and build, and that's all they're doing. And most people, I don't know if a lot of these, Friday Night Tights people or people in the fandom realize they probably do, but it doesn't promote making new. Once you come to that assumption, there's no use making more videos about bitching about Star Wars. But that to me is all it is, and it's all it has been. Is we can last. It's like taking Disney to court. For whatever reason, they can outlast you. They can out-money you. They can out-lawyer you. They can put things so far down the line, you will become destitute before you see a courtroom.
Yep.
And that's what Lucasfilm is doing. Is they're just eking it out, because if they can last another 10 years, they will shake off probably almost everybody else left that is a fan of the old.
Yeah, that's pretty good
original,
analysis.
the true story. And their only hurdle at that point are the parents teaching their kids not to watch it.
Yep.
For what letting them. That's the only. And I think at the summit of that is just the idea that eventually people will stop. People that are tired of fighting will eventually stop caring. One, because they have other things to do, and this just doesn't matter enough to them anymore. And sooner or later, you're going to wake up, if we live long enough, and you're going to see the Lucasfilm logo come up on the screen, Disney Lucasfilm, and it's going to say Star Wars, A New Hope,
Shoot.
or what she really wants, Kennedy's Star Wars, A New Hope, something with her name in it,
We'll probably see that one day.
It probably won't even say Lucasfilm anymore. And I wouldn't doubt one day it stops being Lucasfilm and becomes Kennedy Film. I wouldn't put it past her. If she can get it by Disney and those are things that she wants, because in her mind, it seems like in her mind, the crap that she has put out, the way she's put it out, and the audacity to try and absorb another creator's creation and make it their own is just disgusting. And to me, that's what she's after.
Yep.
That's what she's after.
And I was in the whole thing, been in it my whole life. And yeah, I'm over it. It doesn't even mean anything to me anymore. I'm just ready to, I just want new things. I don't even want old franchises.
It's just animosity and disgust for who's controlling it.
Yeah, I can't even look at it.
You can't put any energy into it because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to listen. The people that are in. The people that are waiting for it to change are still waiting, and everybody else is, at the point of doesn't matter.
And plus, like the Andor thing, it's getting a lot of good reviews, but I'm just over the whole nostalgia thing.
Well, you heard what the guy said, right?
What?
He said that Mon Mothma is a stand-in, essentially, for Pelosi.
Oh God.
Yeah. See, so when you think, and that's what I've heard too. Even Mr. H said that out of all the Star Wars Lucasfilm TV production, Disney Plus productions, this has the most cinematic look to it. So they're starting to put, cinematographers, within the product. It's not green screen is what I'm trying to say. They're in a place.
Should have been like that from the beginning.
They're in a place. They're in a forest. They're in a. They're not. And so they're trying to make it grander, more real, but all the same problems are there. The writers and the directors and the producers, are in these agendas. Rather than being, hey, this is a story about this, and I'm going to shut my mouth now.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything political.
Yep.
Because why would you say that about Pelosi? You know, half the country, more than half the country, I would imagine, despises her. As almost, she's getting to the point of the despise of like Hillary, you know, and you know, to say something like that, pretty much you just turn off a good portion of the people that are going to watch this thing, because anybody that's going to watch is going to see, oh yeah, that's the person they said that is going to be, you know, like Pelosi, and that sucks, you know. So
that turns me off instantly. So
yeah, there's definite agendas within it. I'm not watching it. You know, everybody else can watch it. That's just from things that I've, you know, comes across my feed, and I see it, and I'm like, sounds about right. All right, you know.
Well, good luck to them.
Hope you enjoy it. I ain't wasting my damn time.
Nope.
I got things to do. I could sit and dream. It would be more.
Just come up with your own shit.
It'd be more fruitful sitting there daydreaming than it would be watching.
Well, I mean, I love the original trilogy, of course. I even accept the 3 prequel trilogies. But that's it. This whole just, we got to find out what happened before the Battle of Yavin and all that stuff. I'm like, they have just milked it for all it's worth.
Well, there's
and
also
I just can't even stand it anymore.
There's also
I was totally in it.
Yeah, there's also the idea that you don't explain everything. Some things are better left.
I know
to the imagination.
Don't get it.
The imagination is always better. The idea of what happened prior to A New Hope was ingrained in generations of what could have happened. It didn't need to be explained.
No, the art of that is gone with modern filmmaking. They don't
going to explain everything to you in 15 movies in the next 2-3 years. We're going to explain it all, you know.
I know.
And so there you go.
It's just, but you have these people that will, and I don't begrudge them, you know, like what you like. I'm not gonna get into begrudging people for what they like, but you have these people that will just, and there's some YouTubers that I've watched on occasion that will just eat this stuff up. Anything that's Star Wars, they don't question it. They don't. They just
there
like
were
it.
2 things about Rogue One, right? What it was? That was decent. The space battles were excellent. The atmospheric landings, you know, the drop offs of troops and all that. Really good. I really did like that. And
the middle of the movie, I almost dozed off in the theater.
That, and then KS2, like that, the robot, the darkness of that, you know, the messed up of the robot.
Yeah, but he was cool before. But then every show has to have a smart ass robot.
Yeah, it's become a trope, you know.
It's like,
and then of course Vader being in it. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Vader was supposed to be in it from the beginning. They
no, the guy that came in and rewrote stuff said he rewrote like 60% of the film.
Yeah, well, they fired. They didn't fire him, but I think they took the power away from him.
Yeah.
There's a whole other movie out there, dude. There's a whole movie that nobody will ever see.
And I think he knows just to shut up and not say anything.
Yeah, well,
yeah, that Tony Gilroy guy, he has said that he had to come in and save a film that was in horrible shape.
He said they had to save it. It was saved because Kennedy disliked whatever it was that the previous director was doing.
God.
For her to dislike it makes me want to see it, because I bet it's better, or at least had elements.
I don't know,
because it wasn't totally finished yet. But if you notice in the trailers before the movie came out, there's a telltale.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch.
When they're running at the bottom, it's Jen Erso and Andor, I believe, are running. It's definitely Erso. She's running. She's running with the thing that they're after.
Yeah.
That never happens in the movie.
Nope.
She
And
gets
that
to
thing
the
with
tower,
that,
and that's it.
That TIE fighter coming up behind her or whatever.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the final thing either.
Yeah.
But that was a weird time because when you look back, it's like they were just throwing shit on the screen and just announcing stuff left and right, and it is just a freaking mess.
Well, the same thing with Han Solo.
Oh my god.
The Solo.
Oh my god.
You had two directors halfway. They always lie. It's only 30% needs to be reshot. It's 50. It's 40. It's 30. And then you come find out the damn thing was like almost 90%. I think 80 to 90%
right.
reshot.
Now, out of all this stuff,
they paid for a movie twice,
right.
dude. Twice.
Well, she had to know what they were going to do, and probably I'm most fascinated with what the original Solo was going to be.
Because if she didn't like it, that means that
I know.
Both of these movies were probably done a lot better than what she would actually have you believe.
And hell, you can't even if you watch Solo, you can't even see it.
The male
so
characters
dark.
were probably better.
Probably, yeah.
Shot better.
Yeah, because those guys are good directors. I mean, they know what they're doing.
Better realized, but of course, I've never seen Solo, never will. And but what I saw of the trailers and all that. Now, people have said, even like Chris says, yeah, it wasn't that bad of a movie. I said, well, I have no comment. I said, I'll never see the damn thing. But he said it wasn't too bad. I'm like, well, so the only thing is like, I've had discussions. From what I remember, somebody says that Lucas only alluded to their friendship and what happened during it. But I remember there is an actual book, there's an actual description of the time that Han saved Chewie and why there's a life debt. And it's not the way that they showed in this movie.
But I will say that there are, if there was some nucleus of a good movie in Solo, I'll give it that. But the film is shot so dark, you can't see it.
Well, again,
I don't even understand why it's even made that way.
It's the tearing down of the male characters. If you shift those things about Chewie and Han on how, I mean, it's still a similar, because it's about, the slavery and the punishment of his, the people, that type of a thing.
It's more about slavery robots.
Well, yeah, probably. I haven't seen it, but I know that exists there too. But that's what I'm saying. That is the pinnacle. That is the friendship of those two beings. Is why this is interesting. Is why Han Solo and Chewbacca are a thing. Why the Millennium Falcon. Why all of that is A New Hope's anchor point in that movie, in the middle of that movie.
Right.
And what propelled it further on is that within that friendship.
Well, the thing is with Solo is that they explain every facet of Han's life that you know of, even to how he gets his gun.
Yeah.
In 2 hours.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And even his name isn't even his name. It's given to him.
Yeah, I haven't heard it all.
Stupid.
It's just yeah.
I bought each one of those movies, hook, line, and sinker. I was like, okay, yeah, Rogue One was good. Yeah, this is this new era of Star Wars films. And then Solo came out, and it was like, looking back, I'm like, this is just a freaking disaster. Just absolute misfire on all cylinders.
Here's the thing that they do, and they're very good at it. Kennedy must be a master of psychology or something.
She's the boss.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the way that it must be the way that she is telling these people certain facets of movies and TV shows within the Lucasfilm realm have to be made. And if now you're looking back, you can see patterns.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the pattern before pandemic was directors doing what they think is they're being paid to do. Kennedy eventually getting off her ass, I guess, and going and checking out they got to have dailies, but if you fire or demote your director, how do you not know what they're doing from day to day?
Yeah, but these
Week to
directors
week.
have to have a pitch, so they have to know.
Yeah. So
Especially with like the
it's-
solo guys, they had to pitch the film, so she
Yeah.
had to know what she was getting herself
At
into.
some point, there's something happens that she doesn't like. Off you go.
It must be incompetence.
And so yeah, but now during pandemic, after the supposed pandemic, you now have these hook, line, and sinker type situations that they're pulling,
Mhm.
where they show you all the flash. Oh, remember this? Remember berries? You know.
Oh God, I'm so
And then
over
it
it.
pulls people in, and then you get in and you think it's going to be about this character. Oh, surprise! It's about the female character.
Always. Yep.
Surprise! Just like Moon Knight. Don't get me
I
started
wouldn't
on
know.
Moon
I
Knight
didn't watch it.
because I didn't watch it, but I know, you know, I listened to many people talking about it. And what happens at the end? It's the girl that's the hero, and not only is it the girl, but they race swap. Was it Scarab? Scarab is a guy, and in this, it's a girl.
Well,
You know?
she
And she gets the magnificent falling down the wings, the scarab wing thing,
Mhm.
and you know, and from what I understand, there's so little of Moon Knight in Moon Knight, you would not know that it is a superhero movie.
Well,
Or TV show.
it's you cannot convince me that she has nothing but complete contempt for the subject matter and the characters. There's just no way you can convince me differently that she just
Oh, and I know that's Marvel. I know that's different than Luke, you know, than Star Wars, but
yeah.
I'm just saying that there are these similarities within everything Disney is doing.
Oh yeah, it's just they're
So-
doing it over there too. I think they just have more control over it at Marvel because
when you-
probably
No, they're
the
the
guy
same,
has
they're
more
the same,
experience
dude.
than she does.
Her and Feige are the same, cut from the same cloth.
True.
I've been saying it for years because I saw it coming.
Well, I don't know what in the hell who got to
probably
him
after like
because
the second Thor or so. You could see this pattern of
yeah.
a movie is almost kind of good, but and then the female thing started. You know,
Well, the only ones that I
Cropping
really
up.
like are Guardians of the Galaxy. You know,
first one, yeah, that's about it.
I like the second one, but I
It's
can kind of
good,
look
but
at
it
those as
goes
their
on a little
own
long.
thing. I don't
It goes
really.
on a little long.
I can kind of just enjoy those being their own thing. I don't even worry about the Marvel thing.
The bad thing about those is that they made so much money that now Marvel has turned everything into a comedy.
It's just
Everything's a comedy. I hate the fact I was never a big Thor comic fan, but I know Thor is not comedy. He's a
No,
very straightforward character.
no, not
and,
at all.
And what they've done with that character is disgusting. And,
They think the character is stupid, so
yeah.
they make him they make him joke before
well,
you
it's
look.
ironic
you think,
that he's a
yeah.
man, isn't it?
Well,
So,
he's
you know,
he's a Viking, and then like people are before they make fun of that, they just have him make fun of himself. That's just
yeah.
bizarre fan fiction at this point.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's all fan fiction, and like I said, you know, you can't. It's hard to. You can be mad at the newbies, but you have to remember. Like I try to remind myself,
Nah,
I'm a newbie in other areas. Like
I just
I'm a
let him
newbie-
have it. But
Yeah, I'm a newbie in DC. There's
I've
things that
divorced
I've seen
myself.
in DC that I know diehard DC fans hate, like the what's the movie they made with the Ozymandias?
oh, Watchmen.
Watchmen. Yeah, never read the book. I didn't like the art. You know,
That's
or
why I
any of that
didn't
stuff.
do it either.
It was never. I knew about it, but I never paid much attention to it.
I have to like the art.
And the movie I thought was pretty good. And
Me too.
I think I saw I think the director's cut of that is better.
Well, look at the Snyder cut
But nobody
of
likes
Justice
that.
League.
Very
It's
few
freaking
people
good.
From DC, yeah, from very few people from DC
Yeah.
like that.
I know.
Because it doesn't tell the story. Apparently, you know, there's you know,
Yeah, the ending has changed and everything.
there's different things in there.
Well, do you have HBO Max?
Yeah, I killed it.
Yeah, if you watch that Snyder cut that's in black and white, that's freaking good. And I saw the original Justice League in the theater, and that's two different films.
Yeah.
I
was all in for watching that until Dumbass, which I'll call him. I like Snyder's some of his movies and stuff, especially I like Sucker Punch.
Uh-huh.
And I realize that is just a female centric
it's cheesecake.
Cheesecake cake.
It's just,
but there's
sometimes movies are
there's
cheesecake.
Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And to see those, and I like the imagine. To me, it's still really good. If people go, I don't understand what happened. I don't understand what it's simple. It's
not that
dream
hard.
within a it's a dream within a dream within a dream.
But some people they can't take that.
It's like people that say, I don't understand the Matrix, and I definitely didn't understand those last two movies. Therefore, those last two movies are shit. I'm like, it's the same thing. It is a Messiah.
Did you see the last
trope.
one?
No, hell no.
My God!
I am not. I heard about it. I knew it was gonna be bad.
Robert, I watched it on Christmas Day.
I don't think he even wanted to do it, but I think they told him, if you don't do it, we'll get somebody who will.
And I almost thought at times that it was like a parody. I don't know how anyone, you know how hard it is to make a film. I don't know how anyone even bothered
to show up
making it. No, I'm not kidding you. Don't watch it.
Oh,
even out of curiosity. No. And that's why I watched it, because The Matrix ended with the third one to me. I don't know how you could do another one. But yeah, don't do it. Don't.
Yeah, no.
Because it's like, what the hell?
There's very few movies that I have interest in anymore, because...
Probably the worst film I have seen in decades.
It doesn't seem like anybody cares that people have to spend time to watch these things. And if you feel robbed not only of your money, but basically, money's one thing. You rob me of my time, and I'm going to build animosity to
I know.
The director.
And I didn't even go to the theater. I watched it at home. I cannot imagine watching it in a theater. But what's her face made it, and I'm like, why did you even bother? Because I think she made it because they were just going to make it anyways. I would have just let them make it.
I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember if they did or didn't.
Because they said they were just going to do it anyways.
But those two, and I think was it just the one?
Yes, but it didn't matter.
They're changed. They're not the same people that made.
They are not. That
made the Matrix.
Yeah, they're. I don't know who they are anymore.
They're I don't think that they're the same mentality.
What's really interesting is that you watch these YouTubers that like try to defend it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you were in a cult, man. Like,
well, they know that a lot of people haven't seen it, and those are the people they're talking to. They're like talking to those people to get them to watch it.
I watched it for free, and I feel offended. I cannot imagine paying a ticket. It's a garbled. I can't. I have no words.
Yeah, like I said,
Seriously.
I have very little respect for anything.
You will have more. You'll feel better about yourself if you just stare into space for 2 hours. And it's almost 3 hours too.
The only thing I have respect for left is Babylon 5, and that's only because they haven't.
Because they haven't fucked that up yet.
Exactly. That's it. That's the only. That's it. That's the only thing.
All right, we better get this movie going. You ready?
You can clip this whole section out and then make it one upload
broadcast.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I got. All right, let me make sure. I think I got like the audio. If something sounds weird, just let me know. I think I got it figured out. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Original. Is that too loud?
Up for a second. No, numb. Oh, I had to stretch.
Is it too loud or what?
You might go down a sec. Well, no, you're gonna pause whenever you talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I just had to get up and stretch.
I hear you.
Can't sit as long as I used to. didn't we film outside of a place? Was it for this?
No, this is all Photoshop stuff.
Nope. Or was that? I forget.
I made the sign and everything. I think the
Yeah, but
hotel is torn down, isn't it?
I remember us going, and maybe that was for box or something. I remember us going to a one of those hotel areas or something in the parking lot. I think we did some. I don't know if you got like B-roll or something or other, or maybe we were just scouting areas at the time.
I don't recall.
Because it was kind of a dark area. I don't even remember if the place was even open. I think it might have been a closed.
Yeah, these doors
Motel
are
6 type thing.
Yeah, it was like that, but I don't think it exists anymore.
I bet they tore it down. I couldn't find it if you,
yeah,
told me a 5-mile area to look in it.
Oh, I know where it was at, but it's not there anymore.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I'm not talking about that one. There's another place, and I don't remember which movie we were doing. It was real dark. It wasn't the one where we filmed these interiors. Yeah, that's gone. What'd they put there? Is it another motel or?
Yeah, one of those Oyo
Marriott or something.
OYO places.
Yeah. Yeah. All this is history.
Yeah, it was the perfect shitty hotel. It wasn't too bad. I've stayed in worse.
Yeah, except when you go outside, you hear people go, "You son of a blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
I can't imagine that courtyard interior on a Saturday night, about 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, I know. Well, I know her sequence we did during the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be there too late at night. I mean, on a weekend.
Yeah. I think we did room 25 at night, though. Maybe we didn't. I don't know.
I don't think we did. I think we just it had those orange ass. I think it was orange. Those heavy covers, the curtains.
Yeah, we just blacked out the light.
Yeah, it just blocked the sun perfectly. There were definitely sun blockers, for people that are night people.
Because I know we filmed her sequence first, and then I think a week or two later he came down and we did his stuff. Now,
they came down together at least one time.
Yeah, but they didn't film. Yeah, they all came down together, but they didn't film together.
That was the nude part because we stayed outside.
That's not in here.
While y'all were in there filming.
Because they had a makeup guy, remember? They had a third guy.
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember somebody.
Yeah, if you look below the curtain there, you can see that it's broad daylight.
Yeah.
Don't hang up. Wait. Don't hang up. No.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but when I moved to Florida, someone had saw this online and they wanted to show it at their film festival.
Oh, really?
And there's an interview with me. They interviewed me because they really liked the music, and I did the music on a shitty computer program. But he made some kind of connection at the end that I didn't do in the movie. He thought it was going to end a certain way. Maybe I'll remember towards the end, but the way he explained it, I was like, shit, that's what I should have did. I should have done that. The guy that ran the film festival. I don't know.
Well, that's something that
I think he wanted those two to know each other, but they didn't know they were in the hotel together. But that
was something I was just now thinking. I was just now thinking it would,
Yeah, the guy wanted a connection from someone was connected to someone, but that really wasn't my intent.
Yeah. No. Well, that was I think is a bonus.
Not my fault.
You think one is calling the other.
Yeah.
That's what you think, and then to find out that these are three separate stories.
That you wanted me to do.
I think that's really the point.
Yeah.
I want to get out of here.
It's like I always said. This is voyeuristic.
Yeah. See that they had that makeup guy that did the heroin.
No, you
That's
listen
right.
to-
That's right.
Oh, there's
Don't-
Chris.
Don't hang up. Don't
That-
hang up on me.
That room 25, that room Chris is in, that was an interesting room.
It's like damn the freaking Shining.
And there's
Part,
Melissa of Subject Zero, your castmate in Subject Zero. Karen Cinco.
I bet you could go into those back then if you could stay long
God.
enough and do freaking EVPs, and you'd come up with all kinds of crap.
Oh, God only knows. That was a weird room.
Did I-
Oh, God. Everybody just did this stuff. Just like, okay, you're going to be this guy, you're going to be this person.
the
you
things we
guys
made
gotta
our
do this.
friends, the things we made our friends do.
Everybody did it
And-
without question.
And she was with Todd, and was she with Todd at this time?
Yeah, well, Todd would be okay with it. I just worried, like, Chris's
Well,
wife would
that's
be
I
like,
was
what the
gonna
fuck
say.
are you doing?
It just now hit me. I was like, oh God.
I know. Me too. Like, I don't think Coral would be for that.
Oh God.
Yeah, but he was so glad that he got to play somebody that was just a normal, like, person.
So, somebody sympathetic. A sympathetic. Somebody you could feel sympathy for.
But, okay, yeah, I went to the screening of this in Florida, and there were some younger people and then a lot of old people, okay? Now, the version that was shown at the film festival had all the nudity in it.
Oh God.
So I was sitting there with Becky, and we had just went out to eat, and we're like, all right, let's go watch it and stuff. And of course, when you watch a film you made broadcast in front of people, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
It's even if something that made years ago is like absolutely horrifying. And
The
you
only
could
thing
just-
I found that's not as horrifying is if you're not sitting down, you need to be like
Oh
in
my
the
God.
hall or down in the bottom area or somewhere. On the
you
side.
could literally hear the ground crack. Where I was like, okay, this group of people is going to be all for this. This group of people are going to be like, what the fuck am I watching? God, I was cringing at that point. Of course, you can't see that in this version. But
Was that the case? Did
yes,
it happen just like that?
it was just like that. It was like I knew who was going to be to the end, and then people who didn't want to look at me during the interview, they were just like, didn't want to look at me. Because I think people come off of this and they're like, my God, are you for beating women? And I'm like, no, it's just, you don't get it. I don't condone any of this stuff.
But
It's just
then
you're a fly on the wall.
People revere, other directors who do even worse things.
It's just weird how people
Like,
pick up on stuff you just never think they're going to pick up on.
Yeah, like like Tarantino movies or something. He does, It's a weird, I think too. This falls into a point of people go to these smaller film festivals or whatever, and if it's not the Cannes Film Festival or a really big, well-known film festival,
Yeah.
they're not expecting a lot. They're
guess so.
expecting talking heads, romantic thing,
Because I forgot what the other two films were, but this was definitely the hands down, like, downer film.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
So you really are shocking people because they're not prepared.
I did. I kind of think that, yeah.
Not that anything, that you haven't seen in any other movie happens here.
Yeah.
But like I said, people go to these things, and some people are going because they're supporting their family members and of other movies, other films.
Because there were these group of old ladies, and I knew they were there to have a good time. And when they saw this shit, they were like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. They expect, it's going to be cartoons and
God.
fluffy kitties and It's like I've heard that movie about eating cannibalism or whatever it is, eating each other or things.
No.
There's a movie out there, and I've heard that it is pretty gross. It's bad. Cannibal Holocaust or something, and
Yeah, and this is another section where people lost their shit. They were like, "Oh my god." They were. The comments that I heard towards this point were like, "This is where people lost their shit." They're like, "I can't watch this."
This poor.
And I've never relayed this stuff to you, but let me tell you, it was effective.
Poor Chris is like in his underwear trying to.
It was effective, especially.
We couldn't have got him any boxers or some pajamas or something.
I'd have had everybody be naked if it was up to me, but that would have been powerful. Yo, do you remember he got an infection on his back?
Yeah.
From laying on that carpet?
Yep.
Yeah, people were like in the theater. I was just sitting there. I was squeamish. I was like, people are just fucking like, what the hell am I watching? It was unlike anything that was in that film festival. I was like, eventually I was like, yeah, fuck it. That's what it is. Just look or don't look. I don't care. Yeah, this upcoming stuff, people were like just freaking. They were it. I don't know if any box affected anybody, but this one did affect everybody at the end.
Half of it, I wonder how much. How much of everything that you had went through in the past couple of years was in this movie?
Oh God, yes, it was in this. Of course, it was. Shit, it was all in this movie.
And then you have me just doing the whole part. I don't even think you had to like talk.
That was your idea right there. That was your idea. He said, "Why don't you have him like do the X's and this frown on the mirror?" That was your idea. I was. There was probably 2.5% of me was each one of these characters. The one, maybe not Chris, but. Shit. I don't think they make motel rooms like that anymore.
Somewhere there's still some.
Oh God. Yeah, there was like complete silence when they raised the lights. People were just like, "Wow, okay." Because that part with the Melissa coming up, people were like, "How did you do that?" Like I listened, it was not even. It was pretty effortless.
Like I said, when everybody says yes, you just do it.
Yeah, we were masters of the trade at this point.
It's done. You were all crouched down under, I mean.
Oh my God. I wish I had the B-roll of this stuff.
There was no room in that bathroom.
No, people have no idea how small that bathroom was. We were in there for 5 hours. See this shit right here made people lose their shit. I'm not kidding you. I just never have told you about it. People were like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
I mean, I can imagine. I mean,
and I didn't even think it had any. I look at it and I see all the. There's no money. Cheesy shit going on, but the person outside of it, they're like, "What the hell?"
Well, I mean, the voyeurism is evident. I mean,
but that was the point.
It's very palpable, as to what it is you're seeing. People that say they don't know what they're seeing, but they know what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Except no budget, none of those things. But I think you have a similar. Those people that you witnessed do that or voice those opinions. You have a similar what you come away with in the movie Hostel. When you watch that for the very first time, you didn't know what you were getting into. You didn't know it was going to be murder porn.
Because people really felt bad for her and they hated you.
Yeah, torture porn type thing, and this like I said, there's no blood. Really.
No, yeah, nothing.
It's really nothing.
But I'm thinking, well, you fuck around, you don't know what's gonna happen to you.
It's just
The people, like these ladies, were like gasping in the theater, and I felt so guilty. I felt horrible. I guess I shouldn't have felt that like that, but I felt horrible because they were just like, oh my god.
well, we finally got the pinnacle of
Yes.
acting from Melissa.
Yep.
She was
Yeah,
always
that was probably
too shy, kind of shy, or she didn't know how
yeah.
to let those emotions really come out.
Not even saying any lines. I think she did her
Yeah.
best work there. I don't know if she cares, or I haven't talked to her in 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't know even where she
Yeah,
is, but I don't know
like
if
I
she
said,
like queues this up and watches it, or
When you have a few people involved, you have, there's nobody trying to change the script, there's nobody trying to get more time,
yeah, this was complete and utter control.
It's just
Right here.
there.
Yeah.
You're just gonna do it.
And you did all that stuff on your own, and no one really coached you how to do that. Everybody was at the top of their game.
Holy shit.
Like right here, people were just like, oh my god. The ladies are like clutching their handkerchiefs and shit. I'm like,
It would have
oh my
been great.
God.
It would have been great for me to walk in and take a seat behind people.
Yeah. Especially right here, people were just like, oh my god. And then, on top of what he does in a minute, it's like, people are just like, fuck it, I'm out. I want to go home. And it was the last film in the festival, so, that's what people took home with them. But he didn't interview anybody else. He interviewed me because he thought
great.
mine was the most...
call. If he'd just waited a little bit longer, he'd have got the call.
I know. Oh, God. It's good shit. It was very effortless to make this, too.
His family was calling him back. So many things can be said. I mean, it's about time and about perception.
That's tragedy right there.
Choices.
That's dark shit. Damn. I haven't watched it in a while. God. Because, you wonder about her. She's... Shit.
There's a guy on YouTube. Let me see if I can find him. On internet. And on Fridays he does horror movies.
Oh yeah.
Reactions to the whole thing, Obviously they're independent or, things he isn't going to get struck for.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the name.
And his name is
well, we should show the credits. Hang on.
Yeah. High Life. Let me see. Find them. Hateful J.
Oh, she was Melissa Rinker at that point.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was thinking,
Melissa Cadden, Melissa Rinker.
Yeah.
Production coordinator Robert Leo. Production assistants Amy Dowdy and Chris Hill.
Yeah, I was thinking about her too. Yeah.
Oh shit.
What
did she do?
Stuff.
Balatos, New Mexico. That's
I
what the
forget.
hotel is.
She was doing something for us.
We thanked her right there too.
She was doing something for us, and I can't remember something that we needed.
Okay, yeah, here's the interview after the film festival. And I'm like,
Oh God!
I'm just wanting to leave.
Directly after the film festival, really?
Yes. Mine was the last film. Lights went up, and then they asked if anyone had any questions. No one asked me anything.
Oh my God!
And then he came. He was most intrigued by my film, so he came here. We'll watch it.
To it, and this is the first time it's really been seen with an audience. So
I'm sitting there like, oh my God.
First time it's been seen by an audience? When was it completed?
it was completed about almost 2 years ago, and I just didn't put it through the festival scene, and I had it online. You could watch it online.
Is the soundtrack available?
I did the soundtrack.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, it resonates with a lot of stuff I fooled around with.
I forgot what I used. It's called Cakewalk or something.
Get a whole app. Do everything in the app.
These older women are probably just wanting to come over there and spit on me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a big Varese fan. I think he would appreciate that.
Yeah. I was kind of trying to be a little John Carpenter-esque.
Well,
well,
if you do any of these things ever again, you should don't feel that way because.
No, I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't give a shit.
Thank you.
It's just.
And maybe even better.
But listen.
No, really, that's. How long did it take to complete the film from concept to finished product?
Probably about 3 months.
You're sitting there going, oh shit.
I said 3 months, so that's probably about right.
The actress, she showed up the first sequence, the hitchhiker. She came out first, so that was the first sequence we filmed. And then she was actually engaged to the guy in the middle, the bald guy. And a couple of weeks later, they came out, and we filmed it again in another motel room. And then we did it.
That's probably
the people in the third door, they're all my friends. So.
Yeah, that's where you can get them to work cheap. Now, how did you elicit these great performances? I think they were really terrific, emotional.
See, he dug it. He really dug it.
Well, I think the actor and the actress, they were professional. They've done a lot of professional stuff. But they don't ever get cast in like artsy where they're the lead. So they were really into it. And I think it just kind of clicked like that. I could,
No, there were moments that were brilliant. Now, that only happens if they're sewn together properly in the editing process. How long did the editing take, and how much of the footage did you actually end up using in the finished film?
I storyboarded everything, and it was pretty slim. There wasn't a whole lot that was extra.
Yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot of extra stuff.
I did each
storyboarded
sequence
it.
first.
No, we had to get in and get out. The moment we got kicked out of that.
Played it out.
Yeah, it was lean and mean. It was storyboarded. There wasn't a lot of extra shit.
And when I started putting them together, they started taking on this, like one would, make the other one more powerful. So then I had to, the moments where you see the full screens, it's the kind of moments where I jumped, where I knew I'll cut ahead, and I don't know how I worked around it. I did it I took a vacation from my job, and it took me about a week.
Okay.
And I cut it together.
And all the clicks and breaks and scratches and things, and of course the black and white itself helped create the atmosphere and the ambiance. Was the three doors really impressed me? Was that part of the original concept, or did that evolve as you were shooting?
No, that was part of the original concept.
Okay.
Because I wanted to do split screen. I wanted to do something in split screen. So I was just talking to my friend of mine. It was like 3 a.m. I called him. I said, I got this great idea. What if you were
talking about you?
You're having to watch all this stuff.
What the hell are you talking about?
In this
I'm talking about you.
And you were powerless to do anything about it, but you couldn't look away. But I tell you what, it was probably the most effortless, the most fun time I've ever had on a film.
Really?
Yeah, and it was most satisfying probably from the concept to how it came out. I'm, completely satisfied.
Well, without dialogue, I mean, that puts a lot on the direction and the actors and so forth, and I think they really came through everybody. I think it was a big success.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he felt bad for me. I really do think he felt bad for me. He's like, I get this stuff, but the audience is probably not at the level of, he could sit through like a David Lynch movie and stuff, but I don't think the audience was ready for that. And I think he felt bad for me. He didn't interview about anybody else. That's that. That's Motel.
And like I said, I think these other campaigns that you've tried, the two different stories, I think those you should keep keep in your back pocket, or keep redoing the campaigns until you or hold them.
I think so. Yeah,
you build up a little there, but I think stuff like this type of a deal, with dialogue and more, give it more of a mainstream flair, make it more digestible for people to to understand, but keep the grit and the grime and the violence, and with that you can do anything. You can really make serial killers and whatever, and just you could do so many vignettes, so many stories could be told within your own Twilight Zone type.
True. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, definitely.
I like I said, it's just, it has to be what you want to do, obviously, and but I can tell you that for people like me that would see something like, if you can explain it right, if you can, obviously build up the core is and the deal is the fans, building up a group, a fan base.
Well, here's
and then within what you're selling them, and the only problem I see for you is if you want to do stuff like this, that you're gonna have a similar problem, and you're gonna have to tell people what things are. You're gonna have a similar problem that hold on a second, that Shane has had and maybe is having, is that he has like Starlight Cats, kitty-ish type scenario. Then you have Rex that he's got coming out, and you have these two far end dynamics, and you have to service. Those are two different groups of people.
Right.
Now there's bleed. I'm sure there's bleed over because they're Comicsgate and they're going to buy, if they're remotely interested or they're trying to collect history, then they're going to buy it either way. But you got these people are, I'm sure there's people already clamoring him for when's the next issue coming out for Starlight
I'm
Cats.
sure. Yeah.
And then now he hasn't put out Rex 1 yet. It's fixing to be delivered, which I'm be waiting for mine. And the next one's fixing to pop on, for a campaign. And I believe he said that Starlight, he's going to have somebody else draw because he can't do, obviously you can't do all these together.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
But you'll have to balance that because you got the similar thing. You got your cartoon type things which you've had out, and then you've got this. And now I would assume like Night Flyer is a little more adult oriented.
Night Flight, which could easily be Motel 4.
Yeah, see there you go. So if you can think about it and scheme it in a pattern, you could have this realm of your own Siskverse, of type of a horror, and then
there actually is a Siskaverse, and we'll definitely, I'll show you some Easter eggs when we get to Motel 3. But Motel 2 is kind of my, you kind of have the fly on the wall voyeuristic feeling of Motel 1. Motel 2 is kind of the grindhouse.
Yeah,
kind of feel.
You have that awkward angles in people's faces more than this one.
Now I filmed this in Fort Myers, Florida. You're not in this one, I had moved to Fort Myers, Florida, and this is everybody. I'll pause it as we go along. This is everybody I worked with there. So I still had it going. I could still talk people into
You
it.
just kept ruining lives.
I can't do no. Now this, no, there was none of that. Now I do have to say, with 2 and 3, there was none of that stuff. Everyone loved it. They were excited, and they. Well, I'll get to it when we get to the film. I'll show you some stuff.
Did you see that Nick got his channel back?
Yeah, I was pretty sure he was.
Well, he still can't. I don't think he can still live stream. I think they're still going to try to pull some stuff on him. I like that.
I do too.
I was driving by someplace, I forget what, and it had a sign, and the one letter was not coming on and stuff, and it just totally flipped me back to, motel, it was like totally it.
Hello. Yo, Tone. Wake the fuck up, brother. I'm headed your way in 5. Get your shit ready.
Who? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. What's up?
You're what the fuck's up, Tony.
Yeah, I love this guy right here, Tony Colon. He was so good.
Was he the one that gave it up?
No.
Or is that a different guy?
Tonight's
all about
you, Tony. Oh, yeah? Well, what the hell does that mean?
He was good.
Where the fuck are we going? We're going to a party.
It was him right there.
Seriously, Lou. Where the fuck are we going? I told you, Tony, we're going to a fucking party. Just sit the fuck back and relax. Enjoy the fucking ride. You're really ruining my mood, man. I fucking hate it when someone ruins my fucking mood. Okay.
Now, this was done in the parking lot of the newspaper that I worked at in Fort Myers, Florida. That's a black sheet over the window. They're not driving or anything.
This silent motherfucker's AJ. He's new to the organization. Does he fucking talk? Only when he has something to say.
That was good.
Goddamn, Tone, relax.
Sorry, man. Rue told me to fuck with you. My name's AJ. Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah, most of it's true. It's too quiet, AJ.
Sure thing, boss.
Turn this shit off. I hate techno music.
Who doesn't?
It's so good.
Shake that ass.
Who's that?
That was that guy AJ with the sunglasses. That was his car. And we were in the bad part of town too, because I wanted that bridge shot. There's Pepe's. If you notice, remember Pepe's Pirate?
Mm-hmm.
Pepe Pirate from the Midland. You remember?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a gas station.
I love the green box green.
Okay.
Can you feel it? It's coming!
Listen, Pops, I don't have any money, okay? So just get lost.
I don't want your goddamn money, boy. I've got something for you. A warning.
Okay.
I got a warning for you.
Listen to me, all right?
Yo, you listen to me. There's a storm coming. Tonight. It's their turn. Their turn to unleash their vengeance. They will unleash their vengeance on the living, and the living shall be forced to kneel and reckon with their sins.
Okay, now here's a tidbit I've never told anybody. This was supposed to be This is the original. Motel 2 was supposed to be they take Tony because he's been cheating on the boss with the boss's wife. Okay? They're going to take him to the hotel and torture him and eventually kill him. But in the midst of this, it's supposed to be a zombie outbreak.
Okay.
That was before The Walking Dead. This is when that shit would have still been a big deal. So when he told him to turn on the radio, it was supposed to be a broadcast warning that some shit was going on in the background. So you would have heard it. It was good in my head. So that's what he's talking about when he said the dead will return. That's what he's forecasting. Now this man right here, hell, I forgot his name. He is a very rich, very famous lawyer in Fort Myers, Florida. He just liked to act on the side.
Really?
He came out, he did this part, and then he left. We didn't even talk or nothing.
Damn.
It's very strange.
Well, the kind of people you meet when you make a movie.
I guess so.
We're lucky we weren't killed several times.
Like that.
They're not your friends, Tony. They're not your friends.
How do you know my name?
Run.
Especially when
Run
we went
real
out to do the very
fast.
first one out there in the middle of that boonies. Where I don't know where the hell you took us.
Now I was going for
that damn dilapidated farmhouse
I know.
that was out there. Shit.
That was Todd. That was Todd's idea. This right here was supposed to be like my, Prince of Darkness.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my tone here. None of it came off like I imagined it.
You're in big trouble. You must get away.
How do you know my name?
Run, Tony.
That was supposed to be
Run
really
real
creepy.
fast. They're not your friends.
He did it in one shot.
Trouble.
This was the first take, and then he was gone. I didn't even see him. I didn't even get to thank him or nothing. He just left.
You never heard from him again?
Nope.
Nope.
Never.
No, hey, get my name right.
Nothing.
Damn.
Surreal.
Almost like he didn't exist, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I know.
Let's go, ladies.
The drone footage. It's stock footage.
But now you can do it.
And all of the stuff shot outside of the hotel room was shot in LA. That's all the parking lot at the newspaper. Yeah, there's a right here. I'll show you.
You might turn this shit down. It's dead techno music.
Yeah, he was supposed to change the channel, and then you would hear
Tony,
about the
will you come take a look at
zombie.
this?
Something was going on.
What's the trouble, Lou? You just had to go and do it, Tony. You just couldn't fucking leave her alone. Hey, wait a minute, Lou. It's over, Tony. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Now,
Back him
this
up.
guy on the left, the guy just talking there, he quit. He said,
That's the one that
I'm not
quit?
coming back." He had an entire arc in the movie, and he just was like, "I'm not coming back." I guess he just didn't get. I don't know. He just I wasn't coming back, so I had to write him out, which you'll see this part right here.
Hey, pause. You realize that all the problems at the paper, when they were trying to sell it and everything, way back when. Let's see, you left before or right after they sold it?
Before.
The scripts were sold out.
Oh, this is way before.
Because you know who the guy who was in charge of all of that, you know who that was? That was Zaslav.
Really?
He was Scripps. That's why ever since this Warner Brothers thing has been going on, I kept thinking, I know that name. Zaslav, I know that name. He's the guy that was brought in when Scripps was to clean, to buy, to get it all situated, I believe. And when I was watching something on Zaslav the other day, and you can go look at it. You can look at his resume, and it'll say, I think it says Scripps or whatever.
Wow.
On there.
I did not know
or
that.
something related to that. I can't remember, but I believe he was one of the guys. He comes in, he sells it off, buys it off.
I think HGTV.
Yeah, that was all.
Was some kind of morphed into Scripps or something.
Yeah, Scripps was HGTV and the Food Network.
Yeah,
I think, and those like 3 or 4 things from TLC.
Right.
And he was a part. He was in that mode.
I'm gonna have to research that. That's interesting.
I believe. So yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there. It's cool.
Yeah. So this guy Trevor James is like, yeah, I'm not coming back. I don't want to do it anymore. So I had to figure out how to write him out.
Hey, Reuben boy, tell me some good news.
Boss, this is AJ.
What the hell? Where's Rube? What's going on?
I kind of had a little problem.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, Reuben was kind of having second thoughts, and, well, I had to call in that scary guy.
I can't believe it. This is sloppy. This is goddamn sloppy. Do you understand me?
Here we go. Worked my ass off this night. We filmed this scene. We had to take the bed out.
Oh.
So we had to take the bed apart just to be able to film.
And where was it in?
Just a Hotel 6.
Oh, okay.
Across the bridge in North Fort Myers, which was like a shitty part of town. And this guy right here, not him. This guy right here, he was a magician and ventriloquist.
God.
In his day job.
Really?
But he also wanted to do movies, so he was kind of like the poor man's Anthony Hopkins.
Was he good? Ventriloquist?
Oh, I don't know about that. He was like a clown, a magician, and ventriloquist.
Because you could have done a whole thing with that, Could have done your own. What was the
oh God.
The puppeteer movie with what's his face?
That's what I'm thinking of. That's who he is. He's just the poor man's version of that. Like in his 60s, just struggling to make that big break. So he was in this movie. He's the crime boss.
Thank you for coming out tonight. What's that? I can't understand a word you're saying, Tony. But you know what? I can imagine what you must be feeling right now. I can imagine that. Scared, Tony? Oh, yes, you're scared. I bet you wonder what you're doing all tied up in that chair, and I bet you wonder what's going to happen next. You know why we're all here, don't you? Don't you? I've known about this for a long time. Yes, I know. I know you've been fucking her. Yes, I know. But I've got photos.
I love this part. It's the usual gimmick in all my films, the photoless photo folder. Yeah. There's no photos in there.
Here's one of you two having lunch together.
Yeah, he's screwed.
Oh, and look, here's one of you two at a hotel the other day. Isn't that nice?
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
And this is how you repay me after all I've done for you!
He was good.
Cue the music! I know how you like techno, Tony.
Oh, Jesus God Almighty, what did I do? Okay. See this guy right here?
Yeah.
That's what's his name? His last name is Ritter. He was also a filmmaker. That's why it says 3-1. What happened?
I don't know.
Okay. He also wanted to make films too. If you go to YouTube and you type in The Long Wait, he's got a movie that he did too.
I think I looked at it that one time.
So, what am I saying? Yeah, he's the scary cleaner guy. He's the guy you don't want to call. Again, this is the boyfriend of... well, you'll see in a little bit. Okay, so he had arranged this film festival again in Fort Myers. There was a local radio DJ that came in. They did it once a month. So he got it. They had a bunch of films, and they actually showed Motel 2. I didn't go because I was so emotionally drained by doing this shit. There's no payoff on this.
No.
It's like there's a vision. I have to exercise it, and then I don't want to see it again. So I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But okay, it'll make more sense when we get to the part. So now we get to see a little bit more, we're kind of expanding the motel universe here. That's Travis Dabble, who runs the hotel. That's Punky.
What the hell do you want? I am trying to do my 15-point inspection of the property.
Travis.
It is about that time, huh? Why don't you watch the front
That's a good
desk for
shot.
me while I check that ice machine?
No, Travis. I want to salvage what's left of my...
He is the son. Yeah, okay, you remember the Netflix series I told you about? Where the guy and his friend were in the Korean War, and he's talking about, hey, when we get back to the mainland, I'm going to open a motel. This is his son.
My Saturday night.
Oh, come on, Punky!
The damn ice machine's still working. The Coke machine's still working. And
She's married to the guy that's in the sunglasses, AJ. She's married to... This room right here is their house.
Oh, shit.
And this is when everybody was being shipped off to design centers. So there was nothing in this house. This is like a week before they moved.
Wow.
So they were like... of course, I go there and I'm like, oh, there's all these empty rooms. Okay, I can do that.
Can I use these?
Yeah. So this is the office of the motel. Now, if you'll notice... Okay, hang
Still
on.
get stuck in the snack machine.
That painting right there, that's actually in my Tiki Lounge. I bought that at a garage sale for $5. Everyone fucking hates it. An antique dealer tried to give me $300 for it. I wouldn't sell it to him. But this is the painting that if we ever do Night Flight, this is the painting right here. So that's like a little Easter egg, the Siskaverse.
All right, Punk, you have a good night.
So Punky gets to go home, and Travis has just left there all night to do whatever, straightening up a little bit. He has nothing to do. There was a joke that he's deaf, so that's like an old hearing aid, but I guess I left it out for some reason. And if you notice here in a second what he's watching on TV, see? He's watching that on TV. See, it's just expanding the Siskaverse.
Fuck it. Time to get drunk.
There's nothing to do in Balatos, New Mexico at night. Just hangs out in the storage room and gets drunk.
Your life in a shelter for what will most likely be a lengthy...
Okay, now, it's fitting for his character to be reading the Air Force Survival Training Guide, but this had a much bigger part when there was a zombie apocalypse.
Right.
That's kind of why that's in there, but it kind of works this way.
Time will depend much upon your mental attitude toward the situation.
Again, this is the same room, just rearranged. It's all filmed in the same fucking room. That's real whiskey or scotch. He was pretty lit by the time we got to the...
Yeah. And when you come out, somebody's going to go road warrior all over your ass. Give us your gas if you want to live. If you are determined to stick it out, if you realize this will be the hardest part and a future awaits you because you will be alive, then you will be equipped to weather this all-important storm.
See, he was supposed to be the last survivor of the zombie apocalypse. That's why he's
God.
You'll ride out the storm. That was the whole thing behind it. So, yeah, he drops his shit.
I suppose I better secure my gear. Oh, shit. Holy shit, Nishanola. Is that you, Paul?
That's his dad. Okay. Now, remember that guy I showed you a minute ago that showed this at a film festival?
Yeah.
Okay. I stood him up. I never went. I didn't go. I wasn't into it. He came back and he said, and I said, hey, how was the film festival last night? And he said, well, he told me these exact words. He said, you could literally hear the room split in half when his giant paw's head showed up. People were, he said, at that point, people were really bought into your film, and then he could literally hear the division that happened at this point. I think that's fascinating as hell. He literally.
Uh-oh. I guess he'll be back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
God dang. I clicked the button. Crap. Okay, let's get back to this.
Well, hold on just a second. If you look in the private chat,
yeah,
the second link, click on that real quick. If you got a second screen, that's the corporate discovery.
Okay, I'll check that out in a little while.
Yeah, and then the one up top, that guy right there, the hateful Jay.
Uh-huh.
He watches movies and stuff, and I often thought, I wonder what he would. I mean, he's a goof. You know, he's kind of a.
I'll send him a link. See what he says.
No, well, I'm just saying, if you wanted to put it, you might. I would watch what he does before you contact him or anything like that. And I don't know what
you could nuke these movies. I wouldn't.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what his prerequisite of watching. I don't watch him that much. I just aware of him because.
Some people they're always worried about. A couple of people I sent some stuff to one time. They're worried about the legalities of it. They won't watch them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
so he said you could literally hear the room divide into two factions of people.
1 minute I'm surrounded by virgins.
The ones that are done with it, and the other ones that are like, well, let's see where it goes.
Because he said you had half of them thought it was one kind of movie, and then it.
You brought me here, numbnuts. I want to go back. The party was just starting. Damn, Travis. I figured you would have sold this place by now. Well, I can't sell the place, Pa. It reminds me not too much of you. Don't you talk back to me, boy. If I had arms, I'd knock you into the middle of next week. Shit. If I had arms, I'd do a lot of things. Pa, what's it like? What's what like? Well, you know, being dead and all. Well, it ain't like much at all. I don't have to put up with your damn mama, so that's good. Does it hurt? What's that sorry excuse for a woman up to these days anyway? Well, I had to put her in a retirement home a few years back. You don't say. Yeah, well, Punky helped me do it. She, helped me pack up all of Mom's stuff. Who the hell's Punky? She works here at the hotel with me. Helps me run the place. You had a damn scruple in that noggin of yours, boy. You just sold this place by now and had a night out on the town.
Well, I can't sell this place, Pa. It reminds me too much of you.
Reminds me of taking a dump that hurts. Oh, that's Moses at the door. I gotta go, boy.
Bye-bye, Pa. I love you.
Yeah, whatever.
I love that part. Whatever. Yeah, people were like, what the fuck happened? As usual. Shit. That's getting good. I don't know where I got that music from. I like that music. You know, again, repeating the bathtub, guy in the bathtub motif.
Oh, when you're in a hotel, there's only so many places.
Yeah, no. It's fucking tiny, too. People don't realize there's no room in this bathroom.
This guy.
I think those are the guns you all used in Sub-Zero. Pretty sure. Or Zombie Hell. That's the same guns. I still have them. They're out in the garage.
Those are the ones. Those are Todd's guns.
Yep. Flea market airsoft. I still have them. He got the hell beat out of him. There's like no blood on his face or anything. Shit. Get it. Come on, Tony. I like that music. I don't know where I got that music from. Now everything is like watermarked and stuff. You could like grab stuff easier and broadcast it back then.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where I got that from.
You can't do crap now.
No.
Especially with YouTube just letting people claim shit.
They don't care. This lives on. They don't mind this stuff.
YouTube doesn't live by any rules other than their own.
Yeah.
They don't believe in the fact that people have 10 minutes that you can use of any, in anything, as long as you transform it.
Fucking hate techno.
Travis, I forgot my purse.
Yeah, there's
what
the
hell are you doing? Why'd you flip the switch? We still have 23 goddamn empty rooms.
Punk, I saw Paul.
You stink. Have you been drinking?
No, he come to me. He visited me.
Huh?
Yeah, back in the storeroom. He came from beyond. He gave me a message.
Travis, you're full of
No, Punk, it was Paul. It was his head, at least.
God damn it, Travis.
That's good.
Fine, tell me what Paul said.
It was incredible. It was like I had me one of them ecologies.
What?
An ecology or an asphyxiation.
Were you choking?
That's so good.
Those things where you think.
An epiphany?
Yeah, that's what I've been
They
trying
were
to
so
say.
good. They were so good. Oh shit.
Shit.
Sit down.
Oh god. Now it becomes Crime Stoppers.
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
You have a girlfriend over there. She should shut the fuck up. I'm gonna blow her teeth out the back of her head.
Well, I would, but she's usually the one telling me what to do.
I could just see a whole movie with them.
Where's your phone?
We ain't got no phone. Well, I was busy. I didn't pay the bill. It got turned off.
Shit, Travis.
I had to buy them new towels.
Shut the fuck up! Give me the keys to your car.
I don't drive.
Well, I ran over a bunch of burnt owls. Why?
Now, you see what he said, burrowing owls? He said he ran over a bunch of burrowing owls.
Yeah.
Okay, wherever you lived in Florida, a certain point of year, these owls would come to your yard and they would dig it. They would live underground.
Really?
And you would go out to your yard, like walk into your car, and they would fucking chase you. They were mean. But you couldn't touch them, or it was like a federal offense.
Damn.
You couldn't get rid of them. You couldn't harm them. You couldn't block their burrow or nothing. That's why he lost his driver's license.
Outback.
Quiet! What about you?
I didn't know they did that.
Well, my sister's supposed to pick me up.
That's a Florida
She was on a date. And I forgot my purse and I had to come back.
Every state's got their thing.
That's a Florida
I
thing.
think I have a first aid kit in the back.
Sit down. I'm walking out of this motherfucker.
If you don't get eaten by alligators,
Long after
you
the
get
flames
picked
rise
up
up
by
and consume you,
wild
I will come
owls.
back.
He's so overacting.
I will piss on your ass.
I like the lighting. It's just the
And I
acting's-
will laugh.
I think I made that sound effect. He got shot. Come on, dude. Now right here I was trying to emulate where in Motel where they kind of looked at themselves in the mirror and realized they were going to die and stuff like that. I was trying to go for that. So stupid. That's definitely not on the nose. Could be a little more subtle. I could just hit somebody over the head with a 2x4.
Well, at least when you give the graphic, you know it's there. Not half-assed.
It's like Total Crime Stoppers now.
That's a good shot.
It's a good shot, though. I like the lighting. That's the same shitty lights we used in every other production. I still have I got all that filmmaking stuff out in a tote in the garage. Still got the lights. Yeah, but he's like, I'm gonna burn this fucker down. Damn, look at that shit. All of this filmed in the parking lot the same night. I was standing on a dumpster right there. That's the parking lot, but I used, this is all Photoshop right here, but that's just the parking lot. Like right here would be the building. People are probably driving by like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Yeah, I'm trying to expand the Siskaverse here. Now it's gonna get good. People did like this part though. Yeah, people were like, oh shit, it's that guy again.
I don't think so.
Now, if you notice, he says, I don't think so. That was a big line in Subject Zero, remember?
Yeah.
Remember when the alley scene? He's like, I don't think so. I was trying to carry that on. Ridiculous. I love it. I like that he comes back. He's like, I'm not done yet. Like, you think he's gonna leave? No, not done yet. One more time. He's the only one that lived out of all that. not messing around. Oh shit. It'd be good if you could see it. Oh god, it's so damn good. It's fucking Twilight Zone. That shot right there is good. That was actually a animated little short film I kind of got halfway through making. It was like an advertisement for the motel called The Weary Traveler.
I had $15 there.
Oh yeah, Stu Pepper. That was the Raggedy Man, the lawyer, Stu Pepper. Music by Amakas.
Well, how did you get in touch with him, or how did he get in touch with you?
The other guy I was making the film with, the guy that shot everybody in the lobby. Yeah, he was kind of the connection with that kind of stuff.
Like he didn't ever even bring it up to you or anything?
Do what?
The guy, the connection he never brought anything like, hey, my friend, my buddy was...
I don't remember if he went to the film festival or not.
Wow.
Okay, so we get to Motel 3, and this is kind of the sci-fi genre, and there's going to be a lot of links here to Subject Zero. Again, you know, people I worked with, etc., etc.
How long after?
Okay, I made Motel 2 in Fort Myers, Florida, and then a year later I ended up moving to Louisville, Kentucky, and my friend who was married to the guy with the sunglasses,
yeah,
she worked in Nashville, and that was about 2 hours away, so I drove up there and we made Motel 3.
I love that it still says $15, but...
I just now noticed that. After 10, 20 years, I just noticed that. Shit. It's supposed to be 30. What the hell?
Like, it's 15 or 30, depending on the season.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to bring it back as if I don't know what that was going on there. Now, the stuff that happens in Motel 3 is probably a more cohesive crossover, a more cohesive thread that would go through the series than most of the other episodes. The same movie.
It's the shortest one, too, isn't it?
Yeah. But it feels the longest. So like, who the fuck is this? See, it's the same thing, yet it's refreshing. It's a whole different take. So fucking stupid. Yeah, he has some kind of... Now, if you'll recognize that power, it's kind of like the power that they had in Subject Zero. fuck's behind that? What's coming behind that door?
You ever think that you were that unknowingly you were a conduit for the people that are, the underlying highlight of any person is that they want to be seen and heard, and
probably,
and then somewhere in your mind you feel like, or you knew that you can always find something because there's always that person out there, waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, would you like to start?" And then that goes with the whole idea of telling a girl, "Hey, I need someone to take photos. I need a model. I need a stand-in. You got time?" You'll always find one.
Now here we go. Here's this famous number again. 404. It's in every one of the movies.
Infestation of the symbiote is important, especially during the phasing stage. But you've excelled far beyond the phasing stage. What you're about to attempt will not be possible if the symbiote is retained. It must be purged.
He has to purge the symbiote. Now that scientist, this is all the organization that you guys worked for in Sub-Zero.
Is that a bad nasal clot?
What?
Is that a bad nasal clot?
No.
You didn't even have, like, I don't think you even had a current computer to render this stuff on.
No. This is all just nothing state of the art at all. This is videotape being streamed into your none of this is not even digital. It's all tape. I had a wide angle lens. I thought I was George Lucas.
At this point, I mean, you did 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 and 3. What did you use the Super 8 or did you have to get
No, this is all that same shitty This is one that was worse than the Werewolf of Midland camera.
Oh, well,
but now I have a DSLR and gear and everything. I could make a 4K film now. I got all that shit. I can make a better film on my phone, on my iPhone, than any of this stuff. Seriously. Any of it. And I could airdrop the footage onto my computer in like a minute. No telling. Stuff was so difficult at the time, just getting the stuff onto your computers to make it.
Yeah, if you had like 4 or 5 iPad Pros or Sony or Samsung.
I had 3 hard
S7
external drives.
S8 Ultras. you could have 4 or 5 different angles.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I can shoot cinema quality 4K on my phone.
It's ridiculous.
If I did make another film, I'd probably do it on my phone because I have all the gear for my phone. I have external mics. I could just do it all on my iPhone. There'd be no reason not to do it on your iPhone. I got stuff to all kinds of shit. Yeah, you'll recognize this logo here in a minute.
Yes.
That's the agency you guys work for.
Yeah, I went back and watched those ones that you had put up.
Oh, the
section
tapes. I'm still working on that.
The United States of America, the greatest and most powerful nation on earth. Freedom, democracy, these two philosophies we hold dearest and should be protected by all means. Perhaps sometime in the near future, maybe even tomorrow, it will be crucial for our nation to offer up strategic offense. And that strategic offense is the Kronos 9000 psychic amplifying device.
Yeah, because see, if you had David Sinclair's character in a Subject Zero, if he used this tuning device, it would just amplify his power.
The key components to the Kronos 9000 are...
This is still out in my garage. I still have this. I spent an entire 3-day weekend making this.
It looks good.
It looks good. It's pretty good. Those are Scribble pieces.
You could probably sell it to Biden. He'd probably buy it. It's like think it's some kind of new technology. That or it gets you killed.
Yeah.
The proper equalization of the neural filter via the neural control knobs is essential to a proper and consistent amplification.
Yeah, that's all still out in the garage.
Further detail of the Kronos 9000 headset can be explained in the user's manual.
But the agents use these for like psychic warfare. Assassinate people. They use these tuning devices. That's the whole Siskaverse. Now these boards right here, this is stuff that was taken from the saucer that entity that Blaine meets in Subject Zero. That's all reverse engineered alien tech. And these guys are all if there was like a Netflix series, a Motel, this would be a very reoccurring thread would be this organization. I don't know what would be scarier, the devil or these guys. Probably these guys. Yeah, if you don't tune that shit properly, you could like have a brain hemorrhage. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's where David Sinclair went. The entity at Site 404. The Diesel unit is how that's their measurement for gauging someone's psychic powers. The Diesel unit. See, that would be David Sinclair's 80 Diesel units. You put that fucking tuning device on there, it will jack your shit up to, look at that, 300 Diesel units. You can take out like dictators and shit and never have to leave your hotel room.
They fear your power. They fear they won't be able to control.
We probably have something like it in reality.
You won't be able to complete the mission. You must complete the mission. Everything depends on your success. You must.
If you put this out and it got wide release and the CIA saw it, they probably won't go. We need to talk to this guy because he may have got some information from somebody that, you know, some leaked info.
No, this was at the facility. This is like Paul, when he was a kid. The character from the beginning, this is when he was a kid. So this shows some how they like messed with him and stuff.
You look like Ezra Miller.
It's all coming together now. .404.
The correct coordinates are important. Time's like a great flowing river that cannot be contained.
Because with his powers and the tuning device, he can do a time jump. But he has to work out the coordinates just right.
One number off and you get slipped through the time stream.
Yeah, see? You get one thing wrong, one number's wrong, and you can slip through the time stream forever.
12 seconds. I cannot stress the importance of those coordinates. You must succeed. If the great change is allowed to occur...
The Great Change, remember that from Subject Zero? That's what they're fucking worried about. The Great Change. That's what you have these two, you have these half the organization wants it to happen, half the organization is trying to battle for it to not happen.
For centuries to establish.
I think I pretty much predicted the Great Reset.
Will be lost forever. The great change must not
See?
happen.
That's the same thing they said in Subject Zero. Oh, you know what would be fucking cool? Is if somehow we brought David Sinclair back in a new movie. And he did the whole Last Jedi thing on him. He had to mentor a younger Subject Zero. Yeah, see, you don't fuck with them. They put that tuning device on, and they can do time jumps and everything. There he goes. He got it. He got it. Go, boy, go.
You must complete the mission. Everything depends on your success. I know you will succeed, Paul. I believe in you.
Imagine if the maid walked in on you just now.
Oh my god. You did it, Paul. You did it. Oh shit, you just time jumped. Fuck.
Days, 47 minutes, 12 seconds.
This is what it's like to travel through the time stream. It's kind of painful. Takes a minute.
See, even the box, because all the green that you have in all these kind of merges in with it too.
Yeah. Oh, it's all the same universe.
Well, you could make it. What if the box was the inhabiting body of the alien spirit that that they tortured to get?
I didn't think about that. Oh my god. I didn't think about that.
What if they, you know, one of the scientist's daughters or something had a.
That's a good idea.
Had a Jack in the Box type toy or something.
Yeah.
You know, and
now
the essence got out of one of the containment rooms and did a Chucky and put himself in there.
Now, fans of the Siskaverse will realize that this is like the return of Gideon Devick from Subject Zero.
Engineers, understandably, are very concerned as how this time jump was initiated.
That's a good shot. Remember, that's Punky from Motel 2.
Yeah.
Something wrong about this.
Now, the thing is, at the Nashville Design Studio, the lighting in their office is designed, if you're not in the room, the light goes out. You walk into a certain part of the room and the light comes on, but it detects you. So it's the middle of the day and it's like all the fucking lights are out. So that's where we filmed it.
That won't be necessary. Tara, go get him something to help him sleep.
Look at that shit. See? He gave him the fucking tuning device.
The director is putting all facilities under a Code 7.
Code 7, the shit's hitting the fan.
Nobody comes, nobody goes. Subject Zero Paul Reinhardt must be detained immediately. I cannot emphasize enough.
I'm sure Todd would appreciate that he got this bit, some bit survived from all that.
Oh, this is before that. No, yeah, I guess he survived, yeah. See, he said his line again. Well, you know, remember, he did live, because at the end of Subject Zero, he pops out of the...
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the film in...
Oh, yeah. It's the facility. It's underground. Oh, shit. See that shit?
Making this stuff. Well, she didn't make it in the other one either. She got shot in the other one too. Forgot.
It's the facility. It's underground. Doesn't it look underground? So he's like, go, Paul, go. They gotta keep that great change from happening. Even the scientists. That music's fucking badass. It's a labyrinth underneath there. The facility underground.
He even kind of runs like Ezra Miller.
Yeah, no, it's kind of... Gotta do what you gotta do. It's kind of like 2001 at this point. It's deep underground.
Really far.
It's very far.
That would have been great if you to put little things at the bottom that said, yes, it's far.
I would have done that,
Very
but
deep.
it was
Very
too hard.
deep.
Look at this shit. This took me fucking 2 days to make this next shot. Watch. Look at that shit. That right there. Look, watch this. That took me 2 days to do that.
That's pretty good. I don't remember that one.
But do you get it?
He went underground.
No, I mean now. Do you get it at the end?
What do you mean?
What's happening?
I like the clown. You see the clown? Did you see the clown?
Yes. See, he's in a time loop. If he doesn't succeed, it just keeps going on and on and on again. See, it's fucking Twilight Zone. It's genius, dude.
See?
It's fucking Netflix. It's totally. This guy. This story doesn't end. It's just he's on a time loop.
That's
God
cool.
dang.
I don't remember catching that at the end.
That'd be so badass.
When you first did it.
He didn't succeed.
Oh, was that Cloud a clown?
What are you talking about?
Go back. I'm not kidding you, dude. Go back. Go back to that cloud when he comes.
The full
when he comes
moon
out.
cloud?
Yeah, right there. Click it. It's a clown, dude. it's
Sure, I meant to do that.
Look at it. Let it scroll across. It gets even more. Watch. Look right there. It's the clown. You see the eyes? The eyes is going right next to the cloud.
Hey, I meant to do that.
There's your
right.
tie-in.
You're
the
right.
Clown. See, that's the essence of the alien that escaped.
Oh, Jesus God.
And then,
I know. I meant to do that.
Before he went into the box.
See, he's in a time loop. He's like, oh shit, I gotta do this all over again. Just gonna keep doing it and doing it till they succeed.
I can't believe that that's a clown in the clown.
All that's all you care about. That's it right there. That would be a bookend piece right there. Like we don't ever go back to him.
Again,
God,
less
dang.
people focusing on the main character and whoever the villain is. It's much better. I like 3 more than I like 2.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Yep. You know, it just, when you're doing shorter stuff, it's just, I think it's much easier on the audience,
Yeah.
And
well, that would be how long an episode is right there, 22
yeah,
minutes.
and
just
you're
about.
going, and you're telling that's your
Oh, Kevin.
Your vision,
Kevin
or
is the symbiote.
Oh, your vision or what you're trying to say, I think has a lot more chance of being understood than having more people, more characters.
Yeah, but Night Flight would be a perfect. Like if you had to put episode titles on these, it would be like Night Flight would be episode 4.
Like I said, it's I think you should, if you get that writing bug, you need to go start fleshing out
I have 3 episodes.
A graphic novel.
I have 3 episodes of the. I have 3.
You got ghosts.
The fuck is that noise? I have 3 episodes of the series written. Like I have the prequel. Let me see if I can find it. I had the prequel. Because eventually he takes the devil takes the life of his friend, so he'll come back for it. I think it's this one right here. Watch this. You can't see that, can you?
No, I don't see anything.
Hang on, let me pull it up.
Trailer. But that's if I was you, that's what I'd be working on for a graphic novel. Would be a Motel Twilight Zone.
Okay, check this
anthology.
Imagine this as like a Netflix preview. Let me see. Watch this shit. You have the episodes I already have and these. Here you go. Ready? Prepare to watch this. That's the episode. Shit. So badass. fucking goosebumps. That'd be so kick ass. Look at that shit.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Oh my god. Night Flight's in there. That's the updated sign for the series.
The only thing that you do
this
have
right here, huh?
That you do, huh?
That's the devil right there, Mr. Club.
Oh.
This is right here is this right here. I have a new beginning is where you see Travis's dad in Korea, and then it's the 40s or 50s, yeah, and he comes back and he makes a deal with the devil to be able to build the hotel. I have that episode's written. That's written. That is not written. And then where it says the first assignment. Where the hell did it go? Yeah, right here, the first assignment. That episode is written too, and it's with the organization again, where this woman gets her first assignment, and it's totally fucked up. They brainwash her to become an agent. It's so good. Oh my god.
And that'll be that to me. Then that's the other thing you'll have to do is go back in, and whereas in these things you have to limit your cast, and everything.
Oh yeah.
In that you can go back in and beef it up for a graphic novel, or however you would end up doing it, and then you could open your mind up once you reassess how you can do things, and probably new avenues will open up to you to make the story even better, because you won't have restrictions in your head saying, oh, I want to do that, but I can't do that, I don't got the money for that, or this type of a thing. And I would definitely go back in and relook at those, reassess them, and if they need it, beef them up, with a bigger art budget instead of acting budget.
True.
And if you've got already the bones, and maybe some of them can stand on their own or as is, all you got to do is draw it.
Yeah, like I said, I got. Night Flight could be its own movie, but it could easily be Motel 4.
You draw pretty fast, so it would just be a matter of what kind of art style are you gonna do?
True.
The retro. What would be maybe 50s,
I think it would depend on the story.
50s type, or you could do that too.
Yeah.
You could have different art styles within each vignette. You could have that 50s retro style for the first assignment, and then you could have maybe a more like a 60s fashion-esque. What would you call? What is that called? Maybe you could do like an avant-garde type one, and then do like a film, like a noir type. Like maybe with the devil. That one would be like more of a black and white noir type thing. Maybe you would do a Frank Miller type thing where you would just use select colors like red,
definitely.
yellow, type of a deal. Dude,
yeah,
I mean it's just you got except for having the fan base, I think that's something that to build on.
Yeah, one of these nights I'll have to share those scripts with you. It's really there's a nucleus of something there. Definitely.
Yeah, like I said, that everything else is just building up rapport with Comicsgate. I mean, if that's what you're full in on being Comicsgate, and then you got to get out there. You got to I've seen today Irene was on with the guy who's doing Perfect 10. He's the one that's doing that. I don't know
Oh,
where
yeah?
he's at, because he said in my country, she says Irene was going to a comic convention the state over from where she's at in Georgia.
Yeah, her and Graham are there.
Yeah, and he asked, well, how far is that? And she said, oh, about 3 hours, not too far. And he goes, yeah. He said, that's the length of my country. It's 3 hours.
Oh my God.
And he had an accent. Like I said, I'm not sure where he was, but I mean, he only had, and only because probably he tweeted it out, and I guess maybe I can't remember if I got it off iRange or not. He had like 7 people in there
Mm-hmm.
in the stream, you know, and that was it, you know.
Yeah,
the only difference is he's got at least one. I don't know how many perfect 10s, how many they've done already. I know they've done one at least.
Yeah.
So you just got to build, you know, put yourself out there on that.
I know.
And start and take some time and get in some of those chat rooms and start talking and
I've been doing that. I've been trying to do that.
Me
with
too.
This campaign.
That's when I tell you I've been in chat. You know, I've been trying to do the same.
Yeah.
You know, with different people. That's unfortunate. I mean, that's the cross we all have to bear as artists that don't like to talk to people.
Nope.
And it's got to be done. There's no way.
It's
around
getting easier as we do this, though. It's a lot easier than that first time.
Well,
so
you have to start with yourself. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
you don't want to go on Ethan. You know, if Ethan was like, "Come on, you know,
Oh,
here's the
God.
link," you know,
No.
can you imagine what you would say?
Yeah, I know.
You know, it'd be probably awful.
Yeah, I know.
So you know, you gotta.
I do
you
it,
know.
but I'm not.
Yeah.
I think he, one time he said, you got to earn your way to.
Yeah.
Sit
Well,
at
he
our
said
table.
that after. He said that after he got backstabbed by
Yeah.
Smiller
And I don't blame him, but he
what
said,
is
you got to earn your way to sit at the table, or make your own table.
Yep.
That's why I just want to build my
Well,
own fucking
that's
table.
why he promotes to everybody to
Yeah.
build their, build your, get in there and build your own.
That's what I want to do.
Your own thing, and
I'm not going to beg anybody. I just.
it's
do
just
our
a
own
matter
thing.
of finding your niche. And there's been
Yeah.
more and more people that are doing draw streams. Gabe
Mhm.
is doing more of them. Aaron's been doing a bunch of them.
Oh, I've
Since he's
seen.
been
I
there.
watched Gabe when he was, nobody on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, he's really
Lepresky's
grown
been
out.
he does streams pretty regularly. He can draw women very well.
Yeah.
He's really good. Did
Definitely.
you see that vampire full page spread that's going to be in the new
Yes.
Wrath of God? Holy
Yeah, I know.
shit!
Some good stuff.
Damn.
You're not going to find that in mainstream stuff at
No.
all.
No, nobody
I mean,
has any
it's
time
nowhere.
to do that for a comic book.
Nope. And they ain't going to have it. So.
Yeah. So, and even, that's what I was going to tell you. Don't be too down on yourself building this up, because even say like Narwhal, he's been there since
Oh,
Ethan's been doing stuff. People know who he is. They know what
Yeah.
kind of art he does. He's got a specific style, he's a specific story, telling. And when he streams, he still only has 20, 30,
Yeah.
15. His books, I mean, I'm sure they're successful for him, and I'm sure he's happy with it, because that's his niche, that's his thing. You're not going to find him doing a mainstream superhero book,
Yeah, I don't think he'd want to.
type of a deal. Maybe he'll
Mhm.
write one like that, but he wouldn't do the art and write it.
Yeah.
He's got a certain thing, and that's what you have to be shooting for, and what you have to be happy with, I think. And if it grows, it grows. If not, then you're happy with that 1,000 or 800,000, 1,200.
Oh, yeah, I
books
would be fine.
Selling, or 500.
Would be fine with me. Yeah.
To reach, see, that would be fine. If I did something and that I could only get 500 plus or 200,
Mhm.
say 200 plus your books sold, you know, enough to pay
Yeah.
for the damn thing. Maybe put a little in your pocket or put into any tech you need or something like that back into the business. But and build it for, and then what happens happens, and you just keep going.
Yeah.
But even those guys, even they still, you know, they're famous, they're comic famous, and a lot of times they still only have 50 people, you
That's
know,
true. Yeah,
100
that's
people
definitely true.
maybe.
Yep.
You know,
You're right.
So it's hard, it's time consuming, but you just have to find the thing that works for you. And
Yeah,
like I
you
said,
know,
a
I
lot
was
of
a
people
little.
are doing those art streams now.
Yeah, we
And
need to do a night where we just do that.
And for me, the way
Maybe
I think
next
about it,
Saturday.
the way I think about it is that unless you're famous and people know what art you're doing, or you've established yourself, you already have at least a 10 or 20 group of people that show up on your streams because they know what kind of art you do. From what I plan on doing, I'm just going to do sketch streams, because when I watch stuff, and the only way I can make sense of any of this is to say I'm an average person. I have an average attention span. It's probably much less now that I've watched, you know, been on YouTube's free for 5 years now, so I'm
Yeah.
sure it's a lot less now.
Yeah.
But when I watch Twitch, and I mainly watch art people, I get frustrated with the people who are doing full art things, paintings or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they constantly are stopping. They're constantly talking to chat, which I don't begrudge them. I'm just saying it's annoying.
Yeah.
Because you want to see that thing move. You know.
Yeah. We need to do that.
You know,
We
I
need
want
to
to
do
see
that.
the art. I want to see it. So the art streams that I find most interesting are the ones where people are just sketching. They're doing hands. They're doing feet. They're doing life sketching. You know. Things like that, because in a sketch you get to see generally the beginning and the end of the sketch. You only take a sketch so far, and then you move on to another thing, you know.
Yep.
And to me, that's more interesting, because you're constantly switching, you're constantly changing, and that maybe that won't keep somebody's attention for 30 minutes, but they might move away to somebody else, but they know what you're doing. You're sketching. You're doing multiple things.
Shit.
That will potentially make them come back to look and see what you're doing, because they know that you're switching. You know, they may not like what you're doing right now, but I'm going to come back in a few minutes if I remember.
Right.
See what you're doing. So you have multiple
we
avenues
need to do that.
to get attention, and in that time, you're selling your shit.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget, you got scrolling. Hey, go to blah blah blah. Right, like you got you know going on. It's all, you know, in that mode. One of the ideas that I was going to tell you about that I've been researching and looking at, there's do you know who Bobby Chew is?
I
Artist?
think so.
The one movie concept artist.
Yeah. Okay.
He has schoolism. He has that schoolism.
Oh yeah.
Middle school place.
Yeah.
Well, him, I think in association with other people, I know he pushes it. They do stuff on there all the time. They got that magma, and let me put it in the chat here. Let's see. 1 second. Gotta get over to my page. Come on. Dang it. Every time you got to go back to the thing, you're always logged out.
I know.
Okay. Okay, I put that link. It's called Magma in the chat. Click on it and then put it on your screen. Okay, see, this is it's a free online they say multiplayer, but it's a collaboration platform. Scroll down. And what you can do is it's like almost like a social media meeting center. You have a canvas, and I forget how many people can join. It's a bunch of people. All artists can join. and each layer,
30 artists in real time.
Each layer is somebody's like property, what they have on their login.
Yeah, that's Bobby Chu art right there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know who he is.
And so you can meet in these rooms, and you can draw together. They have an internal chat, an internal voice chat, as well as typing.
Cool.
But you can also run this, because I tested it, and you can run and be in here, and then recycle the feed into like your Yardstream or my Melon app.
Okay.
And that can be broadcast out while you're sketching. While you're sketching, and it comes with free, basic drawing thing. And like I said, this is what you would do. Both of us would do sketching, so you don't need a lot of fancy brushes.
Right.
We're just sketching.
Cool.
And we could do a thing like, you could do a game type show out of it and put. I'd have to find an app where you could load up categories or like say like topics like Halloween, Freddy Krueger or whatever, things like that, whatever. And then you could, if you find the right app where you could rotate and it would pick one for you.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
And then both of us would be drawing our version in our style of that topic.
Yeah, I'll look into that this week. Let's definitely.
And that's what I plan on doing I mean, you could do it too on yours, but this is what I got planned on doing mine.
Sweet.
And then I would, link you and you'd come in and,
Yeah, we need some streams like that.
Because we wouldn't even need to be on camera. This already has audio.
Oh, that's cool.
So you could be off. You wouldn't have to tax your screen by having you could if you wanted to,
Okay.
But people would see the icons.
Cool. I'll look into it. Yeah, for sure.
What?
That sounds really neat.
And then of course, they got paying tiers, and you get more brushes and you get more, different things.
Nice.
But it's a professional tool.
Collaboration.
Collaboration between artists. And as you go higher, if you pay for it, they have things in there. You get the canvas gets higher resolution. I think they go up to 6K now. I think.
Wow.
Resolution. So if it's a business thing and you wanted to keep it, or like say you created, some artwork and you want to take, keep it for, reproduction or whatever, the download would be 6K or 4K. I think it goes up now to 6K. And I think the free is like 2, I think, or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I'll sign up for it.
1,800 or 2 something.
Okay, cool.
And enough for sketches, and even if you wanted like to use those sketches in a art book or something down the way, I'm sure that'd be big enough for that. But
okay, yeah, I'll sign up for it for sure.
But that was one of the ideas that I had. I'm like, because we need something. If you're going to do art, like I said, it needs to be kind of a game. It needs to be quick. It needs to be something people can digest and look and say, okay, what's the next thing? I want to see them do
and with some prompts, drawing prompts would be good.
A crazy Michael Myers mask
thing
or something, and it would be something to do and be fun for us. Plus, we could also do a night where we just do hands. Do something like hands.
Cool. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking to do, but I couldn't think of how to do it.
Sweet. We can all use better drawing hands.
Cool.
Practice.
Okay.
Feet and hands are the worst things.
Yeah.
And so there's things that can be done. And then, like I said, again, all you're trying to do is bring something so that you can sell your wares, your grift, your personality. So
I like
that's
it. All right.
what I'm looking hopefully to do. If not next week, within a couple of weeks or whatever, if you got time.
Yeah, I'll sign up for it. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Own.
Yeah, I want to do it.
I'm gonna definitely do it on my own.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna. I don't think I'll be streaming to YouTube. I'll probably be streaming to Rumble and Odyssey.
Okay.
Maybe if we do this, maybe YouTube. But YouTube is just, it's just.
I know.
Shit.
I know. Well, hey man, I'm about to pass out. So.
All right.
Well, where can people find you?
Oh, let's see. They can find me on Twitter at inkedicons.com for art. You can find me on Instagram at Art by Rob, and a bunch of my abstract and sci-fi line drawing type stuff is in there.
Cool.
And Robert Leha on Twitter for just everything. And the Rational Texan is more political stuff.
All right, man.
On Twitter.
All right. Well, we'll be
it.
back. We'll be back next weekend. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but we'll let everybody know.
We'll find something to do.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
We're very interesting people.
Yes, we are. Very, very. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to get back to work, and so should you.